Hello, everybody, and welcome to Phandalin by Night. We are so excited to... the captions picked up my countdown. Son of a gun. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Phandalin by Night. It's so good to see you here tonight. I see that there's already some people in our chat room who are here for the code. We are sponsored tonight by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. Thank you to the wonderful team over there. In particular, one of my favorite people, Lauren Obo, who I don't know had anything specifically to do with this code, but I just adore her and I wanted to say that. Okay. We are in the middle of combat. And I don't really want to delay because there is a lot to get through. And we only have this week and next week before technically, we're supposed to be near a season end. So let's go around. I'm going to get my players to introduce themselves really quick. And then we are going to rush into figuring out if we can take out this Flame Skull and his zombie minions, which many of them have already been done. Nikki, why don't you go first?
Hey everybody, I'm Nikki. I will be playing Denny, the Tiefling Bard. Sorry, I'm not in makeup today. I had other things I had to do, sorry.
Farah.
Hello, I am Farah. I am playing Max, the Whiz Bard.
And Sean.
Hey guys, I'm Sean, play 9, Human Padlock. Been trying to speed run this cave, so
you guys are doing so much better. It's my pacing that was off. I thought that it would be a lot faster. Amanda.
Hi, I'm Amanda. I'll be playing Whimsy, the Tiefling Warlock, and I just really want to keep the same momentum of being useful that I had going last time.
Love that. And Sarah.
Hey, my name's Sarah, and I'll be playing Graja Ragerock, the half-orc barbarian. Let's do this.
Let's do this. And my name is the other Sarah, and I am super excited for this. This is going to be epic. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to adjust the map slightly and move us in a little bit more so that we can see the combat that is happening here. I'll move this over here. There we go. That's why I had it there the first place. I wondered why I didn't move it. When last we met our heroes, you guys were in the midst of combat, having received the first fireball of many of your young lives. Not all. I don't know what other things you have gotten into in your past, but being clustered together, this Flame Skull saw his chance and he took it, or it took it. I don't know what the gender of that Flame Skull was. And there is fighting going on. Importantly, Droop, being a good boy, being scared of Mama Graja, has stayed out of a lot of the fray, which is good because the damage on the fireball was more than Droop's hit points. So good choice, my boy. And leading into this, we are starting at the top of initiative. So it is Graja, our half-orc barbarian, Mama Bear. What are you going to do? From where you are, you've got a couple of zombies on you. They're flanking on either side of you. You are a little bit charred. Your eyebrows are a little bit kind of singed. That smell is in the air. Your fur has taken some damage. It might be time to find something new. What are you up to?
Okay. So, I am still in rage.
Okay.
I was able to do that because I got damaged. I put myself out in terms of the fire last time, so I'm good there.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and attack them right by me. I mean,
okay.
Go
for it.
Like the most logical thing. So I'm gonna start with this one.
Go for it. Absolutely.
Okay, so we are rolling, and just with the great axe, like usual.
Great axe. Are you doing frenzied? Are you really giving her for this rage?
No,
okay.
I'm not doing frenzy.
Okay.
Not this time.
Saving up. You've been practicing with your fighter, with your paladin pal 9 over there, and you've learned you've got to reserve some of that strength for when the situation is really dire. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
So will a 10 hit?
A 10 does hit. Yeah. Zombies don't wear armor.
Lovely.
They aren't particularly fast moving. These aren't 28 days later zombies. Yeah.
Okay, I'm happy to hear that. Okay, so then damage for that is gonna be 9 plus 2, 11.
11.
Okay, and then
It's not ever going to matter if I type on that keyboard because that keyboard's not connected to the computer that my map is on. Thanks, Nikki, for that support. I appreciate that. Sarah, with your second swing, so you swing down, chopping deep into, this zombie wasn't particularly, he was a little bit slothy anyway, and you cut deep into like the chest, just ichor pouring out. Where else are you? You gonna hit the same guy? You gonna hit the other guy? What's your plan?
I am just going to hit the same guy
Yeah.
with my extra attack.
Yeah.
For sure.
Swiping down, dislodging, and coming back down quickly.
Okay, that'll be a
Double-handed.
14.
14 absolutely hits.
Okay, and then so we're going to do damage again. There we go. That's what I like to see. That's a 19.
19 damage. This time, as you lift your axe up slightly and swing it, you try to put a little bit of an angle, and it works. Not that particularly they were a little bit extra decayed, but their head comes clean off, rolling off the side of your axe and falling onto the ground. This poor fella is gonzo.
Okay, lovely. I think that will probably be all. Let me just make sure I don't have anything else. Let's see. Just movement wise. I am going to just move one over to get between this Shambler and Denny.
Okay.
And that'll be it for me.
All right. Next up, we have 9, the Paladin, the human Paladin Warlock, deity and patron both being Lathander. Denny, you're going to be on deck.
How far is that skull? You said is like up in the air.
It is up in the air. It's about kind of 40-ish feet. These bellows are massive, and they, push air into this gigantic furnace that you're all standing beside. They seem to be powered by water that has gone dry. By a little canal, a water wheel that has gone dry. But they're big. They're real big. And so he's about 40 feet up there.
I have a question.
Yes.
Could I shout to 9 to wait until after me? Because I have something I can do for him.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, Max shouts at you, hold up! And on my turn, I'm going to run over to you.
Okay.
Can I hold my turn?
You can hold an action with a trigger. So you can hold you can hold a spell, you can hold your attack action, you can hold and say like my action is going to be that I'm going to run, but I want to wait until somebody tags me first. Like you can hold an action, but you cannot hold your turn. So I would suggest you do your movement and your bonus action now, because those you cannot just delay your turn.
Okay.
In the current mechanics, which I think is not my favorite rule.
I don't want to tell you how to run your table, but I know if you delay your turn permanently, rules is written. You can delay the full turn, but then you're permanently.
But you're permanently lower. So if you wanted to permanently delay your turn, Max is only, kind of 2 after you. You'd only move down 2. You'd still be ahead of the bad guys.
I will just hold a spell, Eldritch Blast, from where I'm standing.
Okay,
So,
and when will you?
I'll release it after Max does what she does.
You got it. Do you need to use your bonus action or your movement now?
Bonus action. Nah, I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
Okay. Denny.
Okay, this little red dot means that I'm currently on fire, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, cool. Does stop, drop, and rolling count as my action or
Yes.
my movement?
To put out fire, this is an action. And actually, since it's the start of your turn, I think you take fire damage at the start or at the end of your turn. I think at the end of your turn. You think it's at the start? I mean, I'll give you fire damage. That's fine.
I can't remember.
That's fine. I don't even remember what fire damage is. Do you know it's been like less than 12 hours since I played D&D, so I don't remember any of the rules anymore.
I have so few offensive spells that I don't know how any of the shit works anywhere.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Fireball. Mario? Did you see that? You guys can see him, but the audience can't. He is being a very naughty boy. On fire.
Yeah, that's Abigail's job. What
Hi.
the heck?
Do you remember the rules for somebody being on fire? Are you gonna help me? I will look it up because I don't want to delay our action here. Go ahead and do your action while I'm looking up.
Okay. I'm gonna do some stop, drop, and rollage real quick. Just pat myself out because I'm not getting this outfit more damage than it needs to be.
Absolutely.
And...
Excuse yourself.
Cats are a menace to society.
Okay. In the best of ways. We love them.
Of course.
You can both see and hear Mario. Thanks.
Speaking of cats, Abigail's in her box. She's doing real well today.
Yeah. 100%. It is 1d10. So you're gonna put yourself out. Do you stop, drop, and roll? What is the grandiose way? Because Denny's never done anything except for in the most fabulous way that Denny does this.
It's gonna be one of those. Oh my god! And just like collapse to the ground, boneless, and just like flail around a little bit, but then like get up, brush himself off, and be like, "Yes, I meant to do all of that. It was great. Thank you."
Absolutely, and you do so. Bonus action movement.
Really wish I could use cantrip.
Why can't you use a cantrip?
Can I use a cantrip as a bonus action?
There are cantrips that are bonus actions.
Yeah, not the one I want, I don't think. Alas. No, that's not too bad. I'm gonna wait to... Yeah, I'm gonna save my other bonus actions. I've only got a couple of inspiration slots left, so I'll hold off for now.
Okay. In that case, we go down to Max. Max, what are you up to?
So I'm going to make my way around this group of folk playing that super sick guitar riff from I Want to Get Away by Lenny Kravitz. And I punch 9 onto the shoulder and cast fly. So you can fly up. You now have a fly speed and can fly up to the skull.
Let's go.
And then I'm going to fuck back off to my corner.
Sure.
Flying paladin.
I hide.
In the most clever way possible.
Are you also on fire?
Yes.
Also, yes.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. And it's 1d10 to each of you. Okay, so Denny, that was 7 points. Max, that was 5 points. And sorry, Max, you did not put it out, so you're still going to be on fire. Okay.
That's half for me, so 4.
Yes. 9. As you feel this, like, it's not like it hurts, but there is some pressure. You're wearing full plate armor. A punch from a very talented bard does, you can feel the jostle, but it's not like it hurts. But what is more alarming is that your feet lose grip on the earth beneath you. And you start to kind of float up a little bit, hovering. I'm thinking like Charlie Chocolate and the Wonka Factory. You know what I'm saying? Like, Charlie Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. That's what that was called. And don't laugh at me, Amanda. This is bullying. And you start to lift up a little bit, and your Eldritch Blast is still wrapped in your hand. And you have some movement that you can't really take this particular action. How long does flight last, Max?
a while.
It's like 10 minutes or something.
Concentration. 10 minutes.
Yeah. So release that Eldritch Blast and then.
Oh.
For a split second, does Nine think that the rapture has come and Lysander is calling him home?
Lathander is not that kind of deity, like who is all like, only mine will get to go to special happy fun place. Lathander is very much more like Lathander's rapture would be more like Thanksgiving, where everybody comes over and you get to play board games all night long. You know, like much more like community table oriented is how I picture Lathander.
I like him already.
It's a 19 to hit.
19. Oh gosh, does that hit? Yeah, it hits.
All right.
I saw Sarah take a little breath there. Whew. Okay.
Oh, and it's only taking 4 damage.
4. From an Eldritch Blast? Okay.
Yeah.
4 is 4. 4 is 4, buddy. 4 is 4. That's not too shabby at all. It is the zombies' turn. So 3 of them are turned at this particular moment. The paladin had done a turn unholy, I believe. Yeah. So they're going to go running off. They are not going to stick around. You see them, those of you who are kind of watch them disappear into the corridors on either side of you. And the one that is still there that can do some fighting is going to do so. That is going to be a zombie. And he can do attacks. He can do... a slam attack. 21 to hit, Gresha?
Yeah, definitely.
9 points. 9 points of damage. Bludgeoning damage. But you're raging, yeah, so half, so 5?
5.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
And and the other one. Oh, it would help if I rolled with the right dice. Oh boy, they're so bouncy. These. Oh no. Oh, it bounced back to me. It bounced against the wall and then came back. I bought new dice. I was at Gen Con last week and I bought new dice that are made out of like bouncy ball material. They're made out of baking silicone, and it bounced out of my rolling tray. My husband told me this would happen. He's going to start laughing from the other room because he was like, "Those are going to bounce," and I was like, "I have a rolling tray." 12. Yeah, 12. Graja, as you're looking down, oh no, you sliced his head clean off. Damn it. Never mind.
The head cake strikes again. Sorry.
I did that to myself. I'm the one who narrated that. That was entirely my fault. There's no way around that.
You played yourself.
I'm going to accept that. Don't eat that dice. That's not for cats.
I was about to say, my cats love anything silicone.
Yeah.
They would be chomping those and
yeah. Oh yeah, Mario ran right over to it and was like, "Mom, you got me something to make me pay a new vet bill." Okay. What is next? Okay, so that was the zombies. Flame Skull comes up next. That's what's going to happen. Oh, no. And that Flame Skull is such a nice dude. Or dudette. We don't know. Flame Skulls are non-gendered. He... Again, you see this mouth. So this thing is a skull of kind of humanoid origin, enwreathed and enshrouded in flames. One of its eyes is out, but the other one is burning and glowing with like an embery coal. It opens its mouth, and again, a point of light comes from it, and starts to hover very quickly down towards the group again.
Did we determine if this was a spell, or is this just like a thing they can do?
This is a spell.
Counterspell.
Counterspell at what level?
At at third level, because that's all I got.
At third level. And so because this is a lower level spell than third level, it automatically does get counterspelled. Beautiful. And this one eye ratchets towards you, Max, in the back of the room. And you just, as the mouth is still open, you hear this piercing shriek. It is super displeased. Most highly aggrieved. It would like to speak to your manager. And
I'm an independent contractor.
Isn't that the best? Just be like, peace out. I think that's all it can do. I think.
Thanks, Max.
Dang, it should have used the fire ray instead. That's on me. That's okay. Zombie Flame Skull. Droop. What's Droop doing?
Yeah,
and then Whimsy's on deck.
Droop is going to continue his little long range campaign from back here. So he's just gonna move one square here to get in line with this one. And he is going to just use the bow here to attack.
Pulls back his little crossbow that you all got him.
God. I rolled a nat one.
Oh, no.
So I guess it doesn't matter, right? It's just fail. So it doesn't matter what is at it. God.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh, great. Oh, yeah. I've done this before. I should know what happens.
Am I gonna die again?
Son of a
Whimsy, how many hit points do you have?
That's 6 damage.
He's like a level 2 cleric. He can't really hurt anybody.
The damage output is not.
But also, even if he does kill you, he's the cleric. He'll just come up, like, he doesn't have Revivify yet. He's level 2.
No way.
Yeah.
6 damage.
6 points of damage. Droop watches as this bolt, he pulls it back expertly, and he goes to aim, and this is right as this zombie is taking a swipe at you, and he hears this grunt come from you. It's not a big grunt. It didn't hurt that bad, but it startles him, and he is not happy. And he's worried about you, and he is feeling a little bit guilty. He wishes he could be closer and help you because you need to be taken care of. And as he goes to fire, he pulls up on the crossbow slightly, and it ricochets off the ceiling, and comes down into the far side of the room. Unfortunately, because of the way that he tilted the crossbow at the last minute, it's a little bit jammed. So he's going to have to take an action at the next time to unjam it so that he can use it.
Okay. Understood. Makes sense.
And that's our little Droop, our little goblin that was saved and rescued and adopted by the party. Took his turn, rolled a nat 1, poor little guy. And we carry on. We carry on in this gigantic combat. Whimsy, it's you, Graja, then we'll go back to you.
Okay.
Gunfingers Whimsy is back at the range.
We're gonna try. 14 to hit.
What are you trying to hit? I mean,
Eldritch Blast, and I'm going for the Flame Skull again as one of the few people who can hit it from back here.
A 14 to hit barely hits.
Yes, but it does hit. All right, minimum damage for that one, but we've got another one in the other finger again.
Okay. What is the minimum damage?
4.
Whimsy, how do you want to do this?
Whimsy would like to shoot out its other eye. Because that means he's successfully now done the doink to the eyes. And that pleases me.
Absolutely. In the most comical style of like, instead of the Three Stooges coming out and doing both eyes at the same time, it was like a bink, bink. We love to see it. You shoot this Eldritch Blast, this mauve glitter fills the air once again, shooting over your friends and kind of leaving a trail of glitter. 9, that's going to be a little bit hard to get out in the future, but that's tomorrow's problem. This glitter streaks over to the flame skull, poking out the other flaming ember, just smothering it in purple fabulousness. And I think maybe only 9, maybe Denny is in a position to see that the power of this particular Eldritch Blast goes through this flame skull with such force that it bursts out the back of his head like a piñata of just mauve glitter bursting out the back of the skull. Razzle dazzle indeed, my friends. And that bad boy is a goner. Now, we're not out of harm's way. Graja is still fighting a zombie. There's a couple that have gone running. Who knows what could summon from that? So with that being said, Whimsy, anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
If Whimsy saw that the first one knocked that out, then he will fire the other one at the other zombie.
Okay, go for it.
That is another 14 to hit.
14 absolutely hits a zombie.
Excellent. A little more authoritatively, I assume.
Just a little bit of extra kind of panache, I would say, because you're feeling yourself. It's been a good day so far. Oh yeah, you did a backwards shot.
And that is 12 damage.
12 damage, that's amazing. Yes, absolutely. Awesome. Fun fact, that zombie now has hit points equivalent to its AC. Which is not high. Anything else you'd like to do, Whimsy?
Well, Whimsy's still feeling pretty good, so he's gonna essentially just sit back and vogue because he's feeling pretty.
Absolutely. In that case, Graja up top with flying 9 right behind her.
Okay, I think I just want to finish this zombie guy. Just focus all into this these last attacks. So I'm attacking with the great axe. Let's go. Okay, that is a dirty 20.
A dirty 20 absolutely hits.
Okie doke. And then so for damage we've got 18.
18 is 10 more than you needed to get. Which is wonderful. You just head cake this dude. For those of you who are new, welcome. If you're here for the Idle Champions code, welcome to Phandalin by Night. Our barbarian here, our half-orc barbarian, has a long history. Not classically trained as a baker, but knows how to slice a good piece of just like head cake. Very cleanly, leaving it, it doesn't fall over like all of us had at birthday parties. Like this is very well plated. The blood kind of sprays in like those little dots all the way around on the axe. Like the presentation is there. You know what I'm saying? Like add a little bit of sprig of like rosemary. You'd be ready to go.
And Graja garnishes the head cake by saying, "Looks like you got ahead of yourself."
Take an inspiration, Sarah. Take an inspiration for that one.
I will do that.
Only 2 more weeks of this, friends.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. 9, you are currently kind of like early stage Iron Man prototyping how to fly. Not totally quite sure. But now that you're up a little bit, you have seen 2 zombies go rushing down this hallway here, but you also know that another one is going there, and they're not going to stay turned forever. They are going to come back around eventually. What are you doing?
I think 9 wants to get out of this cavern, but we can't just have one dead running around either. So he is, how far am I from there? I guess he's gonna fly his little Iron Man flight over to this right side and see how far they got.
Okay,
he can get to right there.
We'll assume because we're out of combat that Max is getting the drift globes kind of floating over-ish that way, so that sight can be maintained. Is that fair to say, Max?
So technically, they're both concentration spells. So 9 is only relying on the glow of his sword.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm using my sword.
Okay.
Also, it's 60 feet fly speed. Rather than 30.
I can move like 30 more feet.
All right. So you go in, you find another cavern that is, as we have seen over and over in these chambers, these walkways are quite maze-like, and you find another area where it kind of turns a blind corner. How far are you going? Your full 60?
No, 9 goes up to the corner and kind of stand back a little bit. You get right there and do like a perception check. He's checking his corners.
Okay, go for it.
My perception sucks though, but that's an 11.
Yeah, you can see a little bit. You can see that zombie's not too far over ahead of you. And with a flight speed of 60 and it can only move 30, you're gonna catch up to it if you'd like to.
Yeah, I'm gonna move right up behind it and I'm gonna attack it twice with my
Go for it. Absolutely. You get right up on it. You guys watch as 9 kind of disappears. The faint glowing of the moon touch sword kind of still echoing down the hallway. Most of you have dark vision, except for the 2 humans in the party. But
the first one's a 9.
A 9 hits. Zombies don't have a high AC, buddy.
Oh shit! Let's go. That's 10 damage.
10 damage. Beautiful. Yeah. You strike at him, and as you do so, nope. You know what I just did? I typed on the wrong screen. Again. 10 damage. You, and then I messed up my numbers. You strike down with your moon touch sword. Do you have a second attack there?
Yes.
Go for it. You're going to need it because as soon as that first blade kind of starts to slice in, as it's kind of shambling away, you feel it stiffen up and start to turn, because as soon as you attack it, it is not turned anymore.
That's a natural 20 for 26.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And yeah, so.
Good. So any dice, you're just gonna double what they are. And if you're using D&D Beyond, it does it for you.
Yeah. That's gonna be an 11.
11 points of damage?
Yeah.
Did you just roll awful?
They've rolled 2 4s plus my 3. So
You did 10 last time without a natural 20.
I know. I guess the rolled 2 d8s, which both of them were 4s.
Fair enough.
Plus 3.
That's fair enough. Look, you strike deep into this thing, and I will say this because this thing only has 1 hit point left. That you strike, and you're still kind of like hovering above. You haven't quite mastered how to do this. You strike down with your moon touch blade into this, and you can feel it connect into the into like the spinal column of this zombie. If you were to use your bonus action to pull out your sword, it would probably kill it.
Well, my bonus action, I was going to do my 2-weapon fighting, and I'm just going to hit it with the capture.
Then, by all means, it only has 1 hit point left. I'm not even going to make you roll for it, unless you really want to, because if you roll a 1, I guess. Let's anti-crit fish.
Anti-crit fish?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Fail fish? I feel like that's just what my dad does.
Oh, please. Oh, why would you say that? Now I gotta. Oh my God.
Did you roll a 1?
Yes.
What is happening? No.
Yeah, that's a 1.
Just landed on
Why
it.
are we
Or
like
7.
this?
Yeah.
Drop out of the sky.
Yeah.
Suplex it from the sky.
You.
10
Oh
guys,
boy.
10 out of 10.
A nat 20 to a nat 1. Look. Yeah. You go to like pull out your other weapon, but do you remember, Sean, the first time that you ever played a video game that you could move freely in space? Do you remember, like, when we were, like, young, it would have been, like, Descent 2 or something. And it was the first time. And I remember, I have a very clear memory of my parents coming home one day, and I had finished my homework first because I was a goody-goody. And then I played video games. And they came home, and I was staring like this at the computer screen because I knew that my orientation was upside down, but I hadn't quite figured out that it didn't matter. And that's a bit like what's happening to 9 in this moment. 9 goes to pull out the other weapon to get a good stab in, but ends up like drifting off course like a newly trained pilot or like a pilot in training, and you end up kind of starting to cartwheel up, your legs coming over, and you can't get a really good grip, and your ass over tea kettle. It's a whole situation, and it's not so much that you didn't strike the zombie, it's that you know that your friends are about to come around this corner and see you in this state. That's the real damage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about that, buddy. I feel like that was partly on me. I'm sorry about that. Denny, what are you doing?
All right. I am no longer on fire, so that's nice.
No longer on fire.
And I'm going to just head back down over this way. Just pretend that I'm not seeing what I'm seeing with 9. Just like, you got it. It's all right. You okay? You all right? All right. That's good. And see if I can see anything else in this area that needs my attention.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's reveal some area. We love to do that. What is your
This isn't the most awkward position you've seen me in.
No, we've traveled together for a while. It's definitely not. My dark vision is 60 feet, if that helps.
It does, yeah. Let me illuminate some areas here. There seems to be a building in front of you. I guess that's the piece that you see right off the bat, that there is a bit of a building. You're not sure what's in the building. I can absolutely describe it to you because that's something that I can do. It is... I think what's really interesting for Denny, in particular, Denny being the fashion king, Denny being the son of well-to-do merchants, clothing merchants, and always dressed very nicely, Denny can pick something glittery and blingy out at like a sniper's distance, right?
A single sequin has my attention.
Like a drip of blood in a water for a shark. That is 100% what's going on here. What is really amazing in this particular space is that there are glittering minerals in the ceiling of this large cavern. They catch the light of 9's flame tongue, of moonbeam blade, and they send it back to create the impression of a starry night sky. There are dozens of skeletons. They are crushed under falling debris or fallen debris, and they are scattered about the floor area here. The cave is large enough that it contains 2 freestanding structures. I am just going to move the map over a little bit for the audience to see. This cave shows 2 freestanding structures. Each of these stone buildings is proportioned for human use, as opposed to kind of the dwarf-sized hallways and walkways that you've been walking through. Both of these structures have battered and blackened masonry walls. and they're double doors. They've got beautiful French doors that are cracked and scorch marks all over them. The cavern also is divided. You can see an escarpment to the south, and there is a flight of stone stairs that have been carved out. There are passages leading out of this area to the north, the south, and then where you stand to the west.
Okay. Before I forget as well, I would like to cast a cantrip on myself. I would like to use mending and just fix my outfit, so I'm looking fresh to death again.
Are you proficient in Arcana?
I'm sorry?
Are you proficient in Arcana?
I believe I am. Yeah, yes. I'm proficient in everything because I am a bard. I'm technically half proficiency, but
you're right. You have there are times where you have been in magic places. Agatha the Banshees felt like this. The old Owl Well down, like when you found the wizard's tome, or like the wizard's hideout. There have been places in your life where you've traveled where you can just feel the arcane in the air. It's just like a subtle vibration, like the sound of fluorescent lights. You feel that in this space. And the other thing that is always continuous, Graja and Max, that booming sound. Boom, psh, boom, psh. About every minute and a half, it's been so steady. It is getting louder. The further back into this cave that you go, it gets louder.
I don't see, apart from the bodies crushed, I don't see any like movement in this area though, right?
You're not seeing any movement out here now.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna get my sword out just to be on the safe side.
Okay. Absolutely. I am going to just zoom out on this map just a little bit. And I'm also going to close, just move the turn order out of space. Okay. You guys are out of combat and out of turn order. So I guess my question is, what are you all doing?
Whimsy's going to try and catch up.
Okay. Absolutely.
See what's going on there. He is going to take a beat to check where the flaming skull fell.
Okay. It kind of tumbled off the back of the bellows, and it's just kind of like there's cracked pieces laying around.
But it's very thoroughly dead. Whimsy's not trusting with all the undead stuff. It is thoroughly dead. Staying that way.
Do you have proficiency in... you can roll a history check or a religion check.
I am proficient in neither.
Okay.
Do nature or arcana. That's all I got.
I'll let you roll a history check just to see. You read a lot. Like, maybe you know something. You do read a whole lot.
That's why his hair's so big. It's full of secrets.
Mm-hmm. The higher the hair, the closer to God. Have you ever heard that? Sarah has heard that.
Of course.
Uh-huh.
Of course. Gives me Tammy Faye.
Right.
12.
A 12. You don't know, you have not spent a whole lot of time specifically looking into kind of undead lore. So does it look cracked to shit and like dead as compared to anything else? Yeah, you smushed it real good.
Right. He steps on whatever piece of it he can find on principle before then running to catch up with everyone.
Okay. Fantastic. Who else? Max?
First of all, I'll put myself out, and no longer be on fire. But also, I will go up here and say, 9, are you ready to drop so I can put the lights back up?
No, he's got a taste for it
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
Like a balloon.
I think I done had enough excitement for today. Yeah,
Drop
that's
out of the
right.
sky onto a zombie and suplex it.
We'll just lash a little string to him and just pull him along.
Yeah, like a balloon.
amazing
Yeah,
tape parade float.
I will end that spell once 9 is in position, and then back with the light song
And
the globules.
Max, being the ultimate battle wingman, drops the flight spell. The flame touch sword is still the moon touch sword is still embedded into kind of the spine of this creature. And as flight disappears and you fall about 4 feet, it just does that little bit of extra damage. That's a hard assist there for Max. Max gets the A on that one. And you're not flying anymore, 9. And in fact, the globules come up and you can see, and the glittering minerals overhead shine even more brightly in reflection to the now dancing lights that are all around. They're pretty beautiful. Droop runs up to Graja, giving a big hug and, saying, are you okay? I could heal you.
So she drops her rage and kind of is like, "Urgh," and she's like, "No, I want you to save it. Just give me 1 second." And actually, what I would like to do, I have one final charge of that ointment.
Fantastic.
So what I'm gonna do is, you see Graja like produce this little like jar and just like a pudding cup, just like shovel it into her mouth and kind of like eats it. So that's 2d8 plus 2.
Yeah, that's a Kyugam's ointment that was found. Yes. Because as a DM, I love to get my players to just roll on the random magic item tables and just give them wild stuff so that stuff like this can happen. Yes. And Graja, Droop looks on as Graja's wounds start to kind of knit together. The blood gets staunched. The flow of the blood gets staunched. And Droop, Graja, when next you look down, Droop is kind of a little bit of a darker green has run up along his cheeks, and he's not really making eye contact with you. And he's just kind of looking at the floor, his crossbow just like hanging limply in his hand.
Gotcha. I was able to heal 12, so great. I added that back. Yeah. And then that's it for the ointment. So Graja looks down at Droop after doing all this, and she's like, "You did a good job. You kept yourself safe and you helped from afar. I mean, you've seen me make plenty of mistakes. It happens to the best of us. Don't let it get you down, okay?"
And you hear, with those very kind mom words, you hear the kind of sniffles start, and he cries a little bit, and he just tucks his head into your leg and just like brushes his snot across your pants, and just holds on to you for a second. You could probably like reach down to scoop him up if you wanted to pick him up and carry him into the other room.
Yeah, I'm gonna scoop Droop up for sure, and then I'm just coming into this area. And once Graja does get there, she looks over everybody and she's like, "I know we're going this way now, but we do have to remember there are more undead that are still somewhere else in the cave, so we just need to be careful. Ones that 9 sent running. So I don't know if they're gonna shamble back here eventually, but we should keep that in mind."
Yeah, I'm afraid that is the case, but unfortunately, I feel like we're surrounded by undead at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, and we should move on, as much as we can to figure out exactly what's going on here. And then Graja says, "Which way should we go now?"
Does the booming sound like it's, I don't know if we're decided that that's where we're trying to go to, but like does it sound like it's coming from these like stairs, from the building itself, from north here? Like, can we tell?
The booming is very loud coming from those northern steps at the back of the cave. Absolutely.
In that case, I will point. Well, if we want to know what the sound is, may as well start there.
All right. I think 9 would head off in that direction, leading everybody.
I'll come up behind with my globules.
Okay. And the group, that guy's dead. We can mark him dead. You make your way up that way, party, and this passage is not the smooth hewn stone that you've been used to. Certainly the steps that are carved the steps that are carved go down, not up in this particular area. And they do go down into a much more just kind of natural, or at least not, taken care of intersection of space. Come on now. Did that not move it? Nope, that did not move it. And you can see kind of moving that this is a more natural space that moves into what appears to be kind of like a growing cavern. And you can hear the sound so loudly that it shakes your chest at this moment with how loud this booming sound is.
I do feel like Graja probably is feeling some trepidation at this point because of the dream and the sounds in the dream, and that like just getting louder and louder and then like affecting us in a bodily way. I think there's a little bit of like hesitation, but she pushes through it.
9, are you leading the charge? Are you going to go all the way in?
Yeah, I'm going to go to probably the mouth of this little opening, like up here. And hopefully with everybody following somewhat behind me, and have the lights kind of shine in there so I can...
Absolutely. And as the rest follow you into this space, I'm just going to light up a huge section of this cavern. Because it is such a beautiful chunk of this map. This is why this is one of my favorite things. A narrow ledge, like this ledge that's standing there is so narrow, and it overlooks this large cavern that houses a surging and seething body of water. The rhythmic booming that you have been hearing is so much louder here. And at regular intervals, you see a fresh surge of water funnel into this chamber, crashing against the rocks, slamming against the wall just below the ledge. The echo suggests that this cave might be one arm of a much larger cavern out to the northeast. There might be a lot more to explore, but this booming sound, at least Graja, I'm not sure how Graja's feeling about this. It's not an overly ominous sound anymore. Now it's just nature taking its course.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some relief there for her upon seeing that.
Whimsy just quietly whispers to himself, "Wave Echo Cave. That's why they call it that." As if he just
I thought it was
the
named after
as
the
to why that
explorer
was
Wave
what the
Echo.
cave was called.
Amazing. Right. There is an explorer named Wave Echo now.
It's canon now.
It's canon. And 9, this is what you see in this space.
I think 9 goes kind of staying away from the ledge. He'll walk over to this little opening right here, see if he can see anything in there.
Sure. Max, I'm just kind of assuming that you're keeping the globules all moving around.
Yep, I'm just following close behind 9 so that he's not in the dark.
Yeah, you see, Max, as you're looking down this, you can see marks, striations along the walls here that at one point the water must have come higher and it maybe flowed through. And so this passageway ducks under. There is a bit of an arch over top, but it ducks under it, and maybe either the water wheel that was part of the bellows that either flowed into this cave or flowed out of this cave. You're not 100% certain right now which direction that water went. What are Whimsy and Denny doing here?
I'm being
Whimsy's trying
attacked by
to
a
do
cat.
math about how long they've been in here and whether or not this will all be flooded when the tide comes in. So Whimsy's quickly doing like.
Are there barnacles up here?
Yeah, roll me a nature check.
Get out of my face.
Very slowly.
Very slowly.
In the meantime, do you guys want to see me pick up Abigail like an ice cream cone?
Yes.
Also, I'd like to point out the last 3 rolls that I've done were all 12s.
Hey, beep, beep, beep. Oh, Abigail did not like that.
Yeah, I know.
Whimsy, has it rolled?
Whimsy's rolled 12.
12. Oh, the last 3 that you said. Yeah, I mean, look, anytime you get 3 in a row, that's lucky anywhere, in any realm, in any multiverse. I'm allowing it. So as you're kind of looking and you're looking over the edge and kind of, doing some, Winona Ryder math at the Emmys there, you're noticing that it is not that water rises in this cave to fill that space, that water used to come out and go into there. So where the water has been diverted, you're not sure, or maybe you have this really sneaking nag in the back of your head. You remember in one of the first days after Velen died, you guys followed a bed of water, a little trail of water, and there was a dammed up section that was let loose and almost washed a couple of you away, way back in Cragmaw Hideout. And there is this little kind of like, oh no, we may be in danger, that little voice enters the back of your head.
All right. Noted. For now, Whimsy keeps that to himself because he doesn't want to alarm anyone.
Sure.
But if he suddenly hears rushing water, he's grabbing anyone he can and running.
Okay. Love that.
Consider that a held motion.
a held action. You got it. Trigger rushing water. Absolutely. Absolutely. What else? Denny, what are you doing? What is anybody else? Max?
I have something.
Yeah.
I would like to. So
please.
I think that Max has been all this time doing like the dancing lights and having to like continuously like play this song. So I think maybe like if this is okay, DM, a light bulb goes off in Droop's head, possibly here. And I would like to have him kind of Graja would set him down and he would go up to 9. 9, where is your shield? Like, where do you carry it? Like,
he carries it on his
on the arm?
Yeah, it's affixed to his. He has that magical latch that just latches to his arm, so he doesn't even have to really hold it.
Okay, cool. That's great, actually. I'm glad to hear that. So What Droop is going to do is touch the shield and cast light.
You watch 9 as Droop comes running up to you, and he reaches in his pouch and pulls out what you can see is a little lightning bug, and he bites the end of it like a highlighter cap coming off, and then a bunch of the firefly juice is like on his tongue, and he licks your shield, smearing the phosphorescent firefly juice. You can tell I've never seen a firefly in real life. What I assume to be phosphorescent firefly juice all over this is how they work in the Forgotten Realms, you guys. This is my world,
I'm so
okay?
sorry.
No, whatever. Licks the front of your shield, and at first you're like, what the hell, little dude? This is uncalled for. And as you go to look, the Droop saliva / firefly guts start to burn brighter and brighter, and light gets cast. Beautiful use of that cantrip there, Sarah. And
Thank you.
It lasts for an hour, Sean. The object sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet. The light can be colored as you like. He knows 9 really likes that kind of like golden glow. So it's like when you buy one of those light bulbs that has kind of like the yellow tone just for like a gentleness. That's the color that we're looking for here. Yeah.
I feel like Max stops playing and just shakes their hands of.
Yeah, that was my
thanks.
desire. I was like, Max needs to get a break from this, and if 9's gonna be taking point, I think there's another way we can do this. So awesome, perfect,
great use.
Cool. So Garage is like, all right, should we continue around this water?
Yeah.
I have an important question for
the
GM. I'm going to send you a description in Zoom for something.
Okay.
That you know what it is when you read it.
Yeah.
Can I use that to gain a climb speed because tabaxi? I realize that's a weird question for everybody else. Technically, rules is written. It's kind of like, but
as an action, yeah, absolutely. Are you trying to be? I don't know how subtle one could possibly be. I don't even know that a nat 20, would allow you to be too subtle about this.
Yeah,
you can if you'd like to.
Okay, so Max will say, now that she doesn't have to play that song over and over again, she'll say, do we want to take a closer look across the water? Because I can probably do that. I'll just need a minute. Or do we want to keep going down the hall or the land?
9, you're generally the one in charge.
Yeah, and looking out over this water, it's just a body of water. There's nothing in here, nothing. Skeletons are a little less sparse, or are they still covering the area?
Nope. There's nothing like that in here. Just the booming sound of the Wave Echo Cave.
I would like to continue forward to get out of this canal, just for the time being. I don't want to get caught in anything rough right now.
No, that's fair.
If there's anything you would like to check out, you most certainly can.
9 doesn't like water. He gets rusty.
Yeah, I gotta keep the you understand the fit, Denny. You gotta keep it right.
Fantastic. Whimsy also is a bit weary of needing to cross any water.
Whimsy is happy to go around. He does not want to cross it because that does not jive well with his magic.
Yeah. To hilarious effect in the past.
If we're ever doing anything at sea, Whimsy's just going to be utterly useless.
Just clinging to the mast, crying, sobbing.
You guys are going to have to like Romeo and Juliet a coma onto Whimsy just to get to where you need to go. Because it doesn't count if you're not conscious during the travel, right? I think it's at least worth trying. All right, so 9, you decide to move the party forward. Are you going to continue around the cave and go up to the kind of the north? Are you guys going to go back like into the forge area? Are you going back south for the buildings? What are you looking for here?
I mean, my instinct is to go up here, to go around the body of water and go that way.
Yeah, I think that's where 9's headed, that northern part of the cave.
All right. And equipped now with the mighty shield of light, goblin saliva, and firefly guts, you find your way into another cavern situation, hallway situation. Again, this is not the neatly hewed stone, kind of roughly dwarf size that you guys have been used to. This is a much more, it's not natural. It definitely has been carved out, but it wasn't finished, right? It's just kind of like blasted and picked through to wherever it's going.
Yeah, I think 9 would lead them through there.
Okay.
So yeah, we come up to like the little opening.
Okay. There is sorry. The passageway here, as you're starting to climb through, gets more and more narrow. So to the point where you are, as you look down for the first time, well, let me illuminate it and show you what you're looking at here. Oh, I don't know why a huge chunk just went that way. Okay, that's fine. You look down and you can see that the ledge that you have been walking on kind of starts to bend down a bit, and starts to slide down. This passageway, kind of going out to the north up here, is barely 4 feet high, and it is obstructed, like fully blocked by rounded boulders and pebbles. Maybe at one point it was a stream bed, although just very little bits of water are flowing through right now. Maybe through some cracks and crevices, there is just the tiniest little bit of water that is flowing through here. And I'm sorry, flowing out to the north, I should say. Not flowing from that direction.
Okay.
I think, go ahead, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
So I think, like, when Graja gets a little closer to see this other, like, water situation over here, I think she kind of says aloud to everybody, it's like,
do you think that the water in these caverns is being used to, like, do something with the forge or, like, the magic that's around? Do you think it's using the water?
I think the forge is powered by the water. Whimsy tries to think, because they saw in the other room that was a literal forge, right?
It was, yeah. The bellows, the furnace.
Like, forge powered by water. We saw it.
Yeah, perhaps someone diverted the water because the water level is so low here, but it would have run that one, and someone's diverted it elsewhere in the caves.
Also, the water's running out to the north, not in from.
The water is running out to the north, not in from, correct.
It's the water going out that's blocked.
The water that's... Sorry, say that one more time.
The cave where the water exits is the one that's blocked.
Correct.
So the water
if someone releases a dam or something at the top, all this will be flooded because the water won't go out.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Or
noted. Definitely.
Alternatively and additionally, that means that wherever the water is originating from, is still going, right? So like the wheel, potentially there's a wheel at the top, but it's been blocked from coming all the way down. So that something else is running upstream.
We've been in this situation before.
9, make me a perception check.
Yeah, Whimsy makes eye contact with Graja and Denny, and he's like, guys, we've seen this.
You said perception?
Yeah.
Oh, god damn it.
My intelligence is low, so Graja needs a reminder of how this all works.
People see mines.
That's a 19.
And forges.
As you hear the others, you're kind of taking lead. Your light is shining forward. And you realize that what you thought you were hearing was kind of like little pebbles and water kind of like flowing over some rocks. You're not hearing the rocks move anymore. The water is still moving, but you're not hearing those other sounds. And by itself, if you were just kind of like wandering around, you'd think, oh, well, the rocks have shifted, whatever. You are on super high alert. And the specific silence is not a welcome sign.
Yeah, 9 definitely lets that be known to the party, like, guys, listen.
Yeah, waves. We heard it.
Yeah, that's all you hear. We were hearing the other noises of the cavern. There's an absence of that now.
Where should we go now?
We need to move.
Yeah, definitely.
I think, and is that, you said that water, how deep is it, and like
How far down is it?
does it go?
Sorry, ask me that one more time.
That little stream in front of us,
Yeah,
that has the little ditch or whatever.
Yeah.
How deep is that, and how?
Those go down like, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 feet. It's not deep.
Okay. Well, and I think 9's just like, hey, we need to move now, and he'll head down into that. No, he's not. He's gonna go back the other way because he doesn't like that cavern.
What doesn't he like about the cavern?
At the front.
What is
like peek down there?
He's afraid that like we're gonna get down in there and then something's gonna like he almost feels like something's watching him. That's not that. I don't know. He's picking up on this absence, and it's almost like something has located them, and he can't locate it.
And just as you kind of turn, you hear the rocks again, shifting ever so slightly. You hear them again.
Whimsy's got a cunning plan. He
Go
holds
ahead,
up a
Baldwin.
finger. Yes. Takes 9's cloak. 9 has a big cloak, right?
Yeah, he's got his little hood with the. Yeah.
Okay. So Whimsy takes the end of 9's cloak and drapes it over the light, shushes everyone, shoves them against the wall, and casts thaumaturgy to make the sound of their echoing footsteps retreating. So if something is in there, the light's gone, and it sounds like they're all walking away. Mm-hmm. So they're all now pressed up against the wall. Unless someone's not listening to
Kronk
Whimsy.
style.
Yeah. 100% Kronk style. Oh my gosh, that was so brilliant. Yeah. 9, you are still hearing kind of those rocks shift. There is not a naturalness. It's not like rocks that are just shifting underwater. It sounds like something maybe is moving. There is a little bit of just it's sometimes when a human tries to make something random, the pattern emerges. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Real random would have clusters, and this is just too strategic to truly be random. And you can definitely get the feeling that there's maybe one thing making noise in that space.
All right. And then I guess he kind of looks at Whimsy and is like, Well, shall we press forward then?
Whimsy shrugs and says, unless they're coming to us and we can get the jump.
Well, y'all know I'm not the most stealthy, so getting the jump might be a little difficult.
Did it sound like the pebbles falling were getting closer to them?
Not necessarily. It sounded like it was kind of working in one specific area. And then there was a couple seconds of silence as you guys are just standing there waiting to hear. And then you hear them in a slightly different area. But again, it just sounds like it's one creature maybe making the sounds, or moving the rocks, or whatever this is, whyever these rocks are moving. It's not like there's multiple areas where these rocks are moving. It is one specific area. After the silence, 9, make me another perception check.
Please. Oh, come on with these rolls. That is a nat 1 for a 2.
How
That's
is there
3,
so
man.
many
3
nat
today.
ones? 3 nat ones.
I mean, it's just 1. 9. You guys have taken so much more every time. It's just 1. What are you waiting for, buddy? Let's get this done. Time is of the essence, bud.
Yeah.
Lathander has a mission for you.
He does, but Daddy didn't raise no fool, so. All right.
Max?
Nine's gonna try to. Oh, go ahead.
Well, if we're determined to go down this way, but we want a forward guard, I can go down and try to take a look. Send word back.
I mean, a scouting sort of thing, I don't think would be a bad idea right now. And that way, 9, you could at least know what's going on before we all go in there.
Someone with a little bit less armor to sneak in, perhaps.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, Max, I think you should go for it.
9 goes over
Watch
to
your back.
Max. 9 goes over to Max. He kind of puts a hand on her shoulder and like, be careful. At the slightest sound, I will be down there.
I will send you a sign when it's clear to go ahead. With that, it's dark, so 9 probably doesn't see. But Max walks away, and as she does, her fingers turn to claws, like a tabaxi. And she begins to climb the wall. But first she casts invisibility on herself. Okay. And I'm gonna climb down the hallway. I recognize it is dark, so it's gonna be bloody hard for me to see literally anything. But if there's any light, I'll be able to see it. And I'm gonna stick to the wall instead of the ground so that I'm not tripping over anybody.
Sure. You make your way a little bit. How far are you gonna go? And tabaxis do have like dark vision, right?
Yeah.
Yes, but I'm not turning into a tabaxi. I just gave myself mitts.
Just the mitts. Okay.
Yeah. So I would say 30 feet down the wall to start with to see if there's anything there. I'll stay close to the roof or the ceiling of the cave or cavern. But just kind of side shuffle real slow to see if there's anything or that if I can hear anything better.
Yeah. As you start to make your way and still looking beautiful like Max, your hair kind of draping down Little Mermaid style. And as you're climbing along the wall.
But also invisible.
Also invisible, but a slight piercing in the back of your head. And you hear a super familiar voice. I'm so glad that you came to join me. Oh, wait till I show you. These stones, the work here is exquisite. And you see as you kind of look away, as you look down into the thing, you do see a single bugbear sitting crisscross applesauce playing with some rocks, kind of stacking them and looking super quizzically at somebody off to their left. And as your head pans to see the person to your left, it is your drow friend.
Cool. This isn't awkward at all. Hi.
He gives you a good wave and waves you over. Come on, darling. And you might as well, I assume that you've hired some, help to get you here. Good thinking, good thinking. I should have warned you that there were some dangers earlier. But come on over, sweetie. I've got some tea. They're quite unrefined, so they don't, they don't have the good stuff with me. But I've saved some wonderful things because I was so hoping that you'd join me. Come on, darling, come with me.
I call around the corner. Well, it's safe to come out, everyone. And I will go over to my drow friend. Where are they, like, over on this side, I assume?
They are, yeah, this one over here.
Yeah.
You guys hear the call of Max. Calling you out. You've heard the interaction. You've heard somebody greet Max warmly from the darkness. You still hear the rocks kind of clacking on each other. And Max calls you all out.
Graja, I think, rather than being like suspicious, I think she feels like happy that like there's someone with a kind word for us. So she's moving along, scooping up Droop again.
Yeah, and Droop didn't need further encouragement. As soon as Max was like, yeah, it's safe, Droop like took off running towards Anti-Max. Like Droop was all over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whimsy, what about you?
Whimsy is not trusting. Whimsy had his doubts about Max's friend already. Whimsy is sort of lagging behind the others, and before he comes out, he's going to cast invisibility on himself.
Okay.
9 is definitely leery about this. They've just been fighting everything in this cavern, and now, we have a buddy. And unfortunately, 9 can't just, let's go invisible with the party. But he's gonna be lagging back. He's gonna take his cloak. It's gonna be like he's gonna be completely covered.
Okay.
Whimsy can't lie, but he sort of tugs on 9's shoulder as he turns invisible and is like, if anyone asks, you should say, I went back to the wolves. Because they left the wolves up by the front.
And who is Whimsy saying that to?
To 9.
Okay.
The other person who seems untrusting.
Okay.
Stay safe, friend.
Denny?
Denny is absolutely fine with everything that's happening. He's traveled a lot with his father for business. They've sold fabric to the weirdest places, to the weirdest people. So he's like, oh, you know someone down here? Absolutely. Let's go have tea. I am parched.
Mm-hmm. It's still fairly dark, so it is dim light for those of you. The humans can't really see too much. Max has a little bit of kind of that extra tabaxi, even though it was just the mitts. I would imagine that some of that extra physicality pierces through, and you do get to see a little bit more. It is not, though, until Droop gets up the other side of the embankment that you, Graja, hear him shriek in terror, go backwards down the escarpment trying to pull you down, and like pull his crossbow up and get ready to aim. It looks like, clearly at whomever Max is talking to.
Droop, talk to me.
And Denny's gonna swing down, just like down this little escarpment, and just kind of like not like take it from him, but just kind of like force the crossbow so it's pointing down instead.
Okay.
Just like kind of like have an arm around him.
Droop, what's wrong?
Droop, the color has drained from Droop's face. Droop looks terrified in a way that you have not really seen him. And Droop can barely even get any words out. Droop is, as Denny grabs the crossbow to kind of hold it down, Droop pulls out the dagger and looks like he's getting ready to run back up the escarpment.
I know Nine's a little bit back from Droop, but he can hear this and kind of make out what's happening, right?
Very, very dimly. Like you can see Droop and you see, kind of Denny, and you can hear it, but there's not light because your shield is currently covered.
But I guess Nine knows Droop's the sound of Droop, though.
Oh, yeah. And this 100%. 100%.
Okay. Yeah. Nine, he's staying covered right now, but he's back up on until anything pops off. He's kind of lagging back.
Okay. Max, your friend leans into you and says, of all the hired hands that you could have hired, do you know how many people there are in this world that I haven't tortured? You picked the goblin that I did, fuck's sake. And he points down at Droop, and
now hold on.
And you see his fingers start to carve a rune in the air.
I'd unmagic. What's counterspell it?
Okay.
I beg your pardon. Level 3. That's all I've got.
Okay.
And is there any way, like, Graja can basically just, like, step up to the drow, like, in, like, the most intimidating fashion and just be like, you need to stop and you need to explain what's going on here? Like, is that possible, or is it kind of we're too...
Yeah, no, I will allow that to be the last thing as Graja steps up, and Max, I won't even make you, you're so close in proximity, Max, I'm not going to make you use that spell slot. You can literally just kind of like grab his hand and be like, let's just, cooler minds prevail. Give it a second, darling. And you're just kind of like trying to assess what's going on in this situation. I will get everybody to roll initiative, though, at this point.
Ugh.
Damn.
God, don't you hate introducing friend groups? It's just
it
the
just
worst
can get
sometimes.
messy. It can sometimes.
Oh, thank God.
I rolled another nat 1. Can someone please help me? Like, what is, like, actually happening? So I have the 2.
I rolled a natural 20.
I'm right there.
You used your turn to step up to him.
Yeah.
You're putting all you got into looking intimidating.
And boy, howdy did you.
Well, I want to re-roll intimidation.
If it makes you feel better, I got yet another 12.
What the fuck?
That's 4 12s in a row.
All right, Denny, what'd you roll for initiative? 5. Max?
Unreal.
22.
Max, 22. Droop?
Droop. He rolls a 12.
12. Whimsy?
Also 12. I would like to say 4 in a row now.
If you get
I don't
2
know
more,
what's happening at
it's
this table today, but
what did Graja get? Oh yeah, natural 1.
2.
9.
14.
Okay. Max, you and the drow go on the same initiative, which is right up top, and then 9. Sorry, and then 9. You're on deck. Sarah, what's your question?
Yeah, I do wonder if I can do something here. Is the drow is casting a spell?
Started to carve the rune in the air to cast a spell, as you've seen other people do, and Max kind of grabbed their hand and just kind of like held it for a second, and like Max is trying to like bring down the emotion of the situation and trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay, all right. I guess I'll hold on to my thing before like because there hasn't actually been any violence done. So proceed as normal.
All right. Max, you can go first.
All right, so apparently you two have history, and that's not great for me. But what is going on? Please do not try to cast spells on my friends here. And also, you tortured he's a darling. How dare you? I mean, he's a delight.
He infiltrated the operation, presumably on behalf of these ones, and you see his head start to kind of tilt past you to survey the rest of the area, and you've got his one hand, his spellcasting hand, wrapped up in your hand, but with his other hand, he signals to the bugbears, and is trying to get them to join in whatever effort he's about to do. And he says, darling, it's nothing personal, and don't worry, of course I'm not holding you responsible. I'm looking forward to our lunch. Just step out of the way, let me deal with this. And what are you going to do for your action, Max? Because it's going to be contested. I assume that the two of you are going to contest an action.
Yeah, so just could I do like an insight check or whatever to see if based on my history with this person, I know if I could convince them, or if they're like very much like this is happening.
You can certainly can roll an insight check, absolutely.
Okay. Oh, that's
Whimsy recognizes this guy, right?
Trash.
Whimsy starts to look over as his head pops out of the space. Whimsy absolutely recognizes this.
He was the one who rescued Droop while he was being tortured, and the drow ran past him.
Yes. And Kranich, remember your old tutor that you summoned. Kranich told you there is more to this creature.
That's not the one that I sanctuary.
This is the drow or whatever it is that quickly shimmered a face of Nine's old platoon leader, and startled Nine so bad that Nine was unable to stop this drow as he ran away. This drow you have all, not that Graja and Denny would remember because they were outside of Cragmaw Castle when this happened, but yeah, Whimsy, you see that this is the drow that was involved in torturing both Gundren and Droop. And we've lost your audio for some reason, Amanda.
Oh, no, I was just...
Oh, you were so effective at that miming. You got me. Hey, Legends of Aelis, thank you for the raid. You've come in at a really good time.
Yeah, thank you, Raiders.
Thank you so much for being here with us. All right, so Max, what was your insight?
Trash. It was 5. And with that trash, I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
On him?
Flee. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. What does that require?
A wisdom save of 13. So it's not huge, but listen, darling, it's nothing personal.
Rolled a 14, he has a +1. But it almost as if he anticipated, and as you go to cast Dissonant Whispers, the second that it leaves the second that you kind of launch this arcane vibration through the air, you remember that your friend has always had a knack for just not mind reading, but just the deepest intuition. Not, can't like retrieve deep memories, but definitely knows what's going on at the surface of people's thoughts, and seemed to sense that you were going to do this, and was able to kind of shield themselves from the effect of your spell. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Bonus action, look over at Graja and say, I don't abide that kind of treatment. have at it. And you get Bardic Inspiration 1d6 to a roll of your choice.
Okay. Thank you very much.
The drow at this point is going to rest his hand away from your grip, Max, and lean in and just very delicately like brush his lips against your cheek and just go, oh, we were such good friends. Why would you do this? And with just like a poof of energy, it rustles your hair back, beautiful Beyonce style, because Max always looks fabulous. The drow has kind of disappeared from your sight.
Did I get the sense that was a spell or that was just a...
It definitely was a spell, and one that you two had used in many a little playful, we don't want to call them cons, just playful tricks where you kept the items. This was a dimension door spell.
Counterspell. Level 3.
Just punch through dimensions, and you're like,
how many of those? All right. Let's give me.
That was my last level 3 spell.
God,
so
damn it,
that's fine.
Fucking.
Counterspell is so good.
What? Stay and talk, darling.
Literally so good.
Okay, third. So you need to roll, because counterspell is higher than that.
All right.
So.
Everybody pray for my dice. Come on, dice.
Not another nat 1.
That's a 19.
A 19 works. And you, again, as you sense that this is what your friend, you have played this game with your friend a lot. You two are equal minds. And as you sense that this is going on, you just kind of reach in. I will give you an option here, Max. You know that you can either step forward into their space and that you will get teleported with them, or you can counterspell and keep them here.
So I know Dimension Door is what, 500 feet?
Up to 500 feet, as long as the person knows specifically where it is.
Okay. I probably don't trust my chances alone with this person.
Okay.
So I will keep them here.
Okay.
So my music goes from Careless Whisper, which was Dissonant Whispers, to Stop Right Now by the Spice Girls, because we've got the soundtrack going.
Amazing.
And they try to walk into the door, and it's like in cartoons when the door slams shut in their face. They just kind of like bash their head into
100%. This is Wile E. Coyote, where the Roadrunner ran through the little painted door on the mountain, but Wile E. Coyote smacks full face into it. That's 100% what's going on here. Lore Mistress, Kat, thank you for the raid. Thank you to, that was a stacked cast. Darcy and Jen and Fleet and Kat, and I know who the other person was. I'm sorry that I can't remember who it is right this very second. There? Jen and Joan. Yeah.
Joan.
That's right. Yeah. The Rogue Senna. Hey, my fellow Girls Run These Worlds friends. Thanks for raiding us. I so appreciate that. Lore Mistress was running her first ever stream on her own channel tonight. Shout out. Let's go. Go over
the
and
incredible DM.
Give
Odyssey.
Therosian Odyssey. Wonderful game. Starting up season 2 in January. Okay. Yes, this you counterspell this dimension door, kind of wrapping your hand around his arm and just holding him here. Do you say anything to him as you do this?
Stop right now. Thank you very much.
He looks at you with a fire in his eyes. He is not happy. And he definitely thought more highly of you. And he's going to have some questions for you later. 9, you are up.
Yeah, 9 knew he didn't like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, he's going to brush his cloak back. Moon Touch Sword comes out. He's gonna go to this first bugbear.
Okay.
Because we're bringing the fight to him.
All right.
All right. And then, yeah.
And sorry, you said the cloak has come off of your shield.
Yeah.
So your cap shield glows brightly again in this space, and you go charging down at this first bugbear. The warm gold glow of your full plate armor, Lathander's light shining from around you, your moon touch sword glowing brightly. What attack are you unleashing?
Yeah, he's gonna attack with his moon touch sword.
All right. And Whimsy, you're on deck.
All right. So first attack. That's a 21 to hit.
21 absolutely hits.
Ah, dang, that's only 4 damage.
You kind of, your feet kind of slide, and you were just like, it wasn't even 5 minutes ago that you were kind of like Iron Man floating around. So you kind of get this little bit of hesitance, but you slide down. You do a little bit of damage right off the bat. But your second attack probably will do a little bit more.
All right, second attack. Oh, come on. That's a 10 to hit.
A 10 doesn't hit. As you go to slide, as you go to strike, you're still kind of sliding down this escarpment. And it's not, you're weighed down. You're wearing heavy plate armor. It is not easy to balance in this. You're not the most dexterous, paladin around.
And we're going to do 2 weapon fighting.
Okay.
Cap smack him with the shield.
Bringing up your shield full of light. Just under the chin, trying to hook there, pulling the jaw forward if you can grab it.
24 to hit.
24 hits.
And he's taking 4 bludgeoning.
And 4 more. You see one of his little like teeth pop out with the pressure of the cap shield coming up under his chin, and blood start to dribble out of his mouth. Anything else you'd like to do?
Nope, that's my turn.
All right, Whimsy with Droop on deck.
Is using an item a full action?
Depends on the item. Some of them say as an action you can blah, 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 blah.
Oh, that's true. What does it say? Because Whimsy's going to use a magic item that he hasn't had a chance to use yet. I can't remember what it's actually called because I renamed it to Dope Raven Flute. But Whimsy's going to play the Dope Raven Flute.
Yes,
oh my God,
the Dope Raven Flute.
And he's going to make all friendly creatures immune to it, obviously. Because he can do that. Yeah, you can use an action to play.
Okay.
So Whimsy's gonna play some eerie-ass sounding, slightly discordant notes, and yeah, he's playing like the Halloween theme right now.
Okay. And do you know what that does? Did I tell you what that does?
That makes a creature who is hostile to you have to succeed a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or become frightened of you.
And is that for all the creatures that can hear it?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do these 2 bugbears first.
I'd like to point out he's neither casting a spell because it's using an item, nor is he attacking someone, so he's still invisible. So there's just this eerie-ass music echoing around. In this very echoey cave.
Leave it to the Feywild tiefling to make that happen. The bugbear that's next to 9 rolled a nat 1. And the bugbear, DC what?
15.
DC. So the drow does succeed, but all 3 of the bugbears fail, and this one critically so. And what do they do? What does the Raven Pan Flute do?
All creatures, if a creature fails a saving throw, they can repeat it at the end of each of its turn, ending the effect on success. And
it makes them...
It makes them frightened, so they're...
Okay.
I don't know what... They're
Creature
scared.
must take the dash action and move away from you at the safest available route on each of its turns, unless there is nowhere to move. If the creature ends its turn in a location where it doesn't have line of sight of you, the creature can make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Fantastic. So on their turn, they will immediately run as far away from you as they can. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Whimsy's gonna start slowly trying to make his way over there. He does not want to lose the invisibility or announce that he's here. He's gonna go, because he does not like that guy, because he saw that guy torturing Group, and he is not chill with that. So, and he did not trust him from the beginning.
Fair enough.
Did not trust the friend.
Fair enough. Make a stealth check, and I'm going to let you do it at advantage because you're invisible.
Sorry?
I'm going to let you do it at advantage because you're invisible.
Nice.
The dice take forever. Yes, it has. Somebody in chat just said it's been a record night for ones. Yeah, I think we're at kind of 5 or 6.
Why would you say that?
For natural ones. There's been a couple of 20s. It's fine. We've used them all up. You can't get it now.
Why would you say that?
It's fine. It's fine.
This is a 1. I'm blaming you.
It's fine.
Won't be doing this on purpose.
This is a 1. I'm going to burn this place to the ground.
16 was the higher of the two.
16. Yeah, 16, absolutely. You make your way down so carefully, and you can get to like within spitting distance of Droop if you'd like to.
Yeah.
Yeah?
So, I guess as a free action, Whimsy's just going to whisper to Droop, I'll get him for you.
Okay. It is Droop's turn. Droop is actively trying to get out of Denny's hands and is planning on running up that escarpment with the dagger. Denny, how tightly, like, are you trying to grapple him?
Yeah, I am trying to hold him right where he is.
Okay.
There's no way I'm letting him run up that.
Okay, give me a strength check. We're going to roll it against his acrobatics.
Uh-oh. I have a -1 for strength. Oh, good. It's a 3. So -1, that's a 2.
Cool. Well,
Kids are squirmy. I don't know what to tell you.
Droop rolled a 21. So Droop
Great.
is shot the fuck out of your hands.
What's happening?
And runs up and is going to just straight up slide under Max's leg and stab this guy in the foot, he's seen 9 do certain actions to like keep somebody where they are. And he is trying his best to be a sentinel. He hasn't trained for this. He doesn't really know what he's doing. Dagger's probably not going to do this.
To the floor.
But he's trying to nail him to the floor. And so that would be a 24 to hit. Way to go, Droop. Droop is on it.
God.
And Droop is going to do a little bit of damage here.
He gets the rage from his mama.
I've never been so proud and afraid.
Raja and Nine's new training facility for new warriors. Right?
Yes, he does 5 points of damage straight through. Kind of this drow is not heavily armored. He's just wearing kind of leather boots, and Droop has like. The dagger is stuck in a foot and a leather boot for sure, not really holding it to the floor. And Droop is not going to disengage. Droop is not going to run away. Droop is all over this nonsense. And
he could even nimble escape, but he's not. Damn it.
No, he most definitely is not. The other thing that he is going to do, though, is... He has been paying attention to the lessons you guys have been giving him. And so he is He is going to, once he stabs this guy, he's going to roll himself up into a little ball, like a little roly-poly goblin, and try and make himself as small as possible to avoid being hit or kicked or whatever. But he's intent on this madness. Denny, you are up. And then Graja, you'll be on deck.
All right. Well, there's no way I'm letting my little goblin boy take this shit on head first. So I'm gonna scamper my way up here. And what is this drow wearing apart from leather boots? Nothing.
I mean, he's not naked. He is wearing like light armor, not totally unclothed like yourself. Nicer shirt, some nice breeches, some nice like black suede breeches. He's got a really stylish vest that's probably got a little bit of armor. It's a little bit thicker padded. He has some pouches on his belt. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to take a quick look at his outfit. Notice that there's not a lot of metal going on over there. So my like one useful spell probably isn't going to be super useful. So instead, I'm going to hit him in the face with a rapier.
Okay. You come running up.
Okay, that's a 12.
A 12 doesn't. You're running up, and this area is now crowded. You don't want to hit Droop. You definitely don't want to hit Max. This is not an easy place to maneuver for somebody who is not a highly trained fighter. And so you just pull your strike at the last minute because you don't want to hit somebody else. And it just kind of skints off of this guy's armor.
Right. That sucks. But I will use some inspiration, and I'm gonna get myself in between. Like, I'm gonna like basically get directly up against this guy, so that if he wants to go for Droop, it's gonna be really, really hard for him to get to Droop.
Okay.
And I'm gonna also just kind of like smack Droop on the top of the head and cast inspiration on him as well.
Okay. Droop has inspiration. Absolutely. The bugbears are frightened and they are going to go running away. They all take off in the same direction. That's really interesting. And Graja, you're going to bring us to a close for tonight's game.
Okay, and what a turn it is about to be, my friends. Okay, so first I'm going to bonus action into a rage. I think Graja is filled with many big feelings.
Yeah.
Her child's torturer is in front of her. Max has a connection to this person, which Graja feels very strange about as well. So bonus action into rage. It is my first attack, so I'm gonna reckless it.
Also, I want you to understand, while you're getting mad, you and me, we're gonna lock eyes. And just looking at me, you know, if you need to hit me to get this guy, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Okay.
Good to know. Okay, so it gives me advantage on my melee attack.
Yeah, I imagine that Max sees this look pass between Denny and Graja, and Max is like the meat in this sandwich. I don't know that Max is super comfortable with the message of like, yeah, just hit us. That's totally fine. Go for it. But Max, I'd leave that to you to decide. Meh.
It's, you know, I no accounting for taste of my friends. But
okay. 26.
26 hits.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm all my might into this reckless great axe swing, essentially. Oh my god, that's trash. But okay, 9. Bleh.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm taking my second attack, my extra. And I think Raja is also thinking about Glassstaff and how he got away and how so much he doesn't want this person to get away as well. Okay, that's a dirty 20.
Okay.
Okay. There we go. That's much better. That's 17.
17 damage.
Yeah.
So much better. Yeah. All right. You slice into this guy twice. You rolled that second one with advantage also?
Oh, I didn't roll the second one with advantage.
Yeah, crit fish.
Okay, we'll just... Oh, yeah, absolutely, because there's a... Oh, so close. 19.
All right. So you slam into him twice. Anything else that you'd like to do?
I think, yeah, that's all I got.
You swing into him twice. Max, you feel a warm spray of blood hit your face. And your friend, once friend, I don't know that maybe still friend is the right classification, kind of looks at you. And for the last thing that happens in tonight's game, he goes, "Darling, please don't tell me that they don't even know who you really are. You don't think that they'd side against me if they knew the truth, right?" And he raises his hand to do something, but we will figure out what that is next time as we come back next week for maybe what might be the last episode of season 3. We might have to extend a little bit because I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to get my players to introduce themselves because this has been fantastic. A little bit of a lore drop, a little bit of a cliffhanger. Sorry, chat. I gotta do what I gotta do, okay? Denny, Nikki, tell us about yourself.
Hey everybody, I've been Nikki. I was playing Denny, the Tiefling Bard, who is not pleased with our droopy boy putting himself in danger. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok under I'm Poppy Field. And that's it. My last game currently is over, so it's just this one right now, so just here on Sundays.
For now. Farah.
Hello. I've been Farah Sarkaya playing Max, the human wizbard. Who can say? You can find me basically on any social media at Farrakaya. And you can find me over at Crossroads Game, where this coming Wednesday, on One Class Act, I will be playing Amber the Barbarian. So check it out.
Let's go. 9. Sean.
Hey guys, I'm Sean. Play 9, the human Powlock, who is so very proud of Droop. You're a sentinel to me, buddy.
Fantastic. And Amanda?
I'm Amanda. I've been playing Whimsy, the Tiefling Warlock, who is very pleased that he got to be equal levels useful in a fight and spooky, because he does like being a spooky bitch. Also, I'm just pleased that Droop is taking the best of all of us. He's going to be one level of each of us. Just one level of everything.
May turn out so. That would be delightful. I love that so much. Sarah.
Hey, my name's Sarah. I played Graja, Rage Rock, the Half-Orc Barbarian. You can find me on Twitter at MC Diabetes. I'm also a creative partner at Martlet Games. You can also find me here on the Vancouver by Night channel in their Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition Chronicle, Vancouver by Night Delve into Darkness. That's on Saturday as part of the Saturday Vampire Takeover. That is at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. Where I play Prince Jew Duncan, the Vampire Prince of Vancouver. No big deal. Other than that, yeah, just check on my socials, see what I'm doing. And thank you to all the raiders today. Really thankful for your presence. And I had a blast. My heart is beating really fast.
Amazing. I have been your DM, your dungeon mistress, Sarah. You can find me at SMoreAD. And I will be in my first 3 games ever at Girls Run These Worlds. I only ran Community Cleric. I've never been in a game over there. So we are going to be doing a very special, kind of like unofficial Vancouver by Night takeover of Girls Run These Worlds for a special game on Friday, December 16th at 2 p.m., 1 p.m. Eastern. It's 2 p.m. my time, 1 p.m. Eastern. It's going to include Amanda from here. It's going to include Zev and Naja from our Changeling game, and another very special guest that has yet to confirm. So come over and check us there. And then Friday night, I will be playing in an Eberron game. And then Saturday afternoon, I will be playing in a game with Lauren Oboe, where I play. It's an Oops All Directors, Oops All Kobolds, which is going to be a lot of fun. And then I'm also playing in another like a Christmas Carol-y kind of game the following week. So lots going on. You can join us again here next week on Phandalin by Night, next Sunday at our regular start time, which is 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. And also a huge special thank you to Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms for partnering with us. Use this code. It's good for 7 days from today, and it will get you an Electrum chest, which is a thing that you want because chests are good. And free ones make them even better. So go and hit that up. Thank you to our host, Vancouver by Night, for having us again. And we will see. We are gonna raid somebody. I assume. Yeah, he did. I just hadn't checked it. Time Lord's wife, who we normally raid to. It'll be good to raid to them. Go and tell them. What should our raid call be? Droop the Sentinel or something like that.
Yeah.
Definitely. Our baby Droop. Give a shout out to them and give them some encouragement. We will see you all next week. Thank you all so much. Bye for now.
Bye.